need a stream. I hate the streamers who like they in there for a second, then once they out, they don't come back for like 1 maybe 2 hours. Like, nah, that's not me. If that was me, I wouldn't even be streamed that long. Like, I'll take a break for an hour and come back. Like, bro, I'm getting like, what would you say? I'm getting probably 12 videos each hour. But nah, bro. I just go back to back. I get a good 10, maybe 12, but by the rest of the day, if I want to. I've been seeing this. See what they talking about. It says huge W for YNW Melly.
Your body wash with the dyes, the sulfates.
The YNW Melly murder trial just completely changed. The court has filed an omnibus order on the defense motions to suppress and actually grant some of them. Melly's team was trying to throw out the evidence of his phone, his emails, his Twitters, his Snapchat, his Facebooks, his Google accounts, and it seemed like it was kind of a Hail Mary to just get rid of it, but it actually worked in his favor, and the judge is getting rid of only stuff that's in the time frame of the murders. This is a giant W for Melly. Hit subscribe right now. Let's get right into this. I'm gonna read it all. Here we go. All right, first thing we got right here is speedy waived by defendant, trial to begin March 5th. So the trial is delayed to March 5th now.
Damn.
Officially. I have a feeling it could be delayed even more, to be honest. Second thing we got here is defense motion to strike state supplemental discovery. Defense motion filed December 14th is hereby denied for reasons as stated on the record without making any finding as to the potential admissibility of the evidence. Signed by the judge on December 18th. Now here's a very, very important document. We have an omnibus order on defense motion to suppress 1 through 13. So motion to suppress, number 1, motion to suppress evidence, search warrant requiring disclosure, communications and electric storage and electric systems for 180 days or less on Melly's phone number right here. And the second motion to suppress right here is Melly's Twitter account. Third motion to suppress is the iCloud of the phone number. That was Melly's. Fourth is motion to suppress search warrant for Melly's Snapchat. Fifth is the Google. So I would imagine that's emails and whatnot. Motion to suppress evidence based upon illegal search and seizure. Search warrant on January 8th, 2019 on the Facebooks. Motion to suppress number 7 is his Instagram. Motion to suppress number 8 is the cell site location data and all that bullshit. Motion to suppress number 10, amended motion to suppress evidence seized pursuant to warrant issued by Judge Cholera in reference to Apple iPhone X. Motion to suppress number 11 is another Apple iPhone X. Motion to suppress number 12 is Google accounts of YNW Melly Hunter K Management and YNW Melly Booking. Motion to suppress evidence seized and obtained through YNW Melly Booking at Gmail. The state filed an omnibus response on November 6, 2023. The court held a hearing on defense motions and heard testimony from Assistant State Attorney Michelle Boutros and Miramar Police Department Detective Mark Moretti. Having considered the defense motions, the state's omnibus response, the evidence presented, arguments of counsel, the court file, applicable law, and otherwise being fully advised, this court finds as follows. Franks versus Delaware, they cite. Okay. Defendant argues that all the evidence found pursuant to the 13 search warrants that were issued based on Moretti's search warrant affidavits should be suppressed because the affidavits include deliberate falsehoods or omissions. The movement is required to point out the specific portion of the affidavit alleged to be defective. Okay. Although the court agreed to hear testimony from Moretti and Boutros, defendant did not move for a Franks hearing, nor did the court grant one. Defendant failed to establish that he is entitled to Franks hearing, that any alleged falsehoods, omissions, or misrepresentations resulted from intentional or reckless police conduct, or that deliberate falsehoods, omissions, and misrepresentations would have affected the magistrate's probable cause determination as to any of the search warrants at issue in this order. Alright, so now they're about to go through each of the motions, 1 through 13 right here, and the judge is going to either grant them or deny them. Court finds search warrant for T-Mobile to provide historical wire electronic communications for Melly's phone number 9807 is supported by probable cause, so granting that one. It is clear the defendant's physical location would be germane to finding the location of the crime scene and determining his role in the shooting. The affidavit certainly could have better explained the connection between defendant's physical location and the historical cell site data stored by T-Mobile. However, evaluating search warrant applications, judges may consider what is or should be common knowledge. So yeah, that was the argument for the first one, was just that Moretti didn't add a lot of things that could be considered common knowledge to police officers versus someone that's not a police officer. But this is just Melly's lawyer like nitpicking stuff. So motion to suppress number 1 is obviously denied. Motion to suppress number 2 on the Twitter account. Court finds a search warrant for Data from the defendant's Twitter account is supported by probable cause, with the exception of all past searches saved by the account for which there is no probable cause. Ooh, so they're going to start pinpointing shit, because this prosecutor likes to, you know, they had big dumps of everything. They had 400,000 pages of Facebook or whatever. Affidavit states defendant and associates identified as blood gang associates and that they were feuding with another gang from North Broward area. Okay. Moretti also read messages on Twitter from users claiming responsibility for the murder, which tagged defendant's Twitter account, including users affiliated with rival gangs. Based on the above, there was probable cause to believe a further search of defendant's Twitter account within the specified 1-month time period would reveal further information. However, the portion of the warrant authorizing a search of the records of past Twitter searches outside of the specified date range is not supported by probable cause. Any evidence found pursuant to this particular provision must be suppressed. Number 2, granted and in part denied. Bro, that's actually kind of a W. They're getting rid of the unnecessary Twitter searches. All right, number 3, the iCloud. The court finds that while some of the provisions of the search warrant are supported by probable cause with the addition of temporal limitation, it is clear from the search warrant affidavit that the defendant's physical location and shortly after the homicide is vital importance. Police officers had reason to believe the occupants of the vehicle were on the phone at the time of the shooting. The defendant had called his mother just after the shooting. The defendant's phone was in use and communicating with cell towers around the time of the shooting. Once again, Moretti could have better explained the connection between iCloud storage and the defendant's cell phone. However, it is common knowledge that the iOffensive will back up to iCloud unless the user has turned off iCloud backup. Based on the 4 corners of the affidavit, there's probable cause to search the defendant's iCloud account for the evidence of the defendant's location during the shooting and for the evidence of any forms of communication. The search warrant authorized a much broader search than was reasonably given the facts in the affidavit supporting the warrant. Okay, so they're going to start denying a lot of the broader searches, which is kind of funny because I remember Melly's lawyers being really upset.
One second, I want to check something. Okay, I wanted to check. Okay, I just wanted to. Wait, that's not updated. Go to the live scene. Okay, that's updated. I'm gonna just skim through this. Seems like it's a whole lot of not much. So they can check his iCloud, get rid of a lot of stuff that they can't use Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, iPhone, but they have been granted gang-related issues. The state has to prove he's a gang member. I feel like that should be easy. YNW. I hope YNW gets out, bro. Oh, I talk about him all the time. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Y'all stay tuned. We out.